Welcome back, everyone. This is Julie. This is Two Non-Critics and a Cat. And finally, we are the two non-critics, the non-critic and a cat. Welcome back, everyone, with Martina and Federica.
Hello. And the child singing.
Do you ever feel? So
Katy
if you
Perry.
hear something underneath us, there is a child outside Federica's house that is basically going to an episode of American's Next Idol. So he's just singing Katy Perry songs, and we've been like laughing for about 10 minutes. Because you're going to actually hear it.
Yeah, no child has been armed in the process of making this podcast.
Maybe. We'll see.
No, but you might hear him scream, but I don't think we're doing anything to him, really. It's just him. Anyway, how are you?
I'm fine.
Girls?
How are you guys? It's been a very, very long week. My assignments are coming in fast. Movies are coming in fast. Horror movies are coming in fast. There's 15,000 horror movies that I have to watch. Beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, good.
How are you guys been? What have you watched? What is happening? What is happening?
I haven't watched anything, honestly.
What is happening? You haven't watched anything?
No, I watched Project Hail Mary, which is what we're talking about today. But then I did a rewatch of The Immortal Man with Marco, who's obviously never seen it, when it came out on the 20th. And then I'm watching Shrinking. I think that's all for me.
I'm watching The Pit, season 2.
Should I watch The Pit?
I mean, do you want to have
Do you ever
panic
feel
attacks? Yeah, exactly.
like
Do you
a
want to have a
plastic
little bit of help in getting some panic attacks? It's high adrenaline.
No, thank
as a
you.
TV show.
I don't need more panic attacks. Why would I need panic attacks?
You didn't sell it very well, I have
Do
to say.
you know who I am?
No, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. I like the format of it because you just don't get random cases. You just follow them for the whole shift. And I really like that. So it's hour by hour. So you keep on having you can see the hand of one patient and the start of another. And I really like that. All the actors are amazing. The storytelling is brilliant. The pace is quite fast. So it's like around 40 minutes per episode and it's 12 episodes per season. So I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. I loved season 1. I'm loving season 2. I think I'm on episode 10, so I'm missing the last 2.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's really worth watching. It's not for the faint of heart. There's some blood, of course, because it's a ER.
My heart is broken.
Yeah, but it's really well done. It's really, really well done, and it touches on so many controversial or contemporary topics. They slide them in there really organically, so it's really good.
Nice. Also, I think he won a lot of awards throughout the years.
Yeah.
I think he won best drama,
Both Golden
maybe?
Globe and Emmys.
Yeah.
And I think even cast ensemble
Yeah.
and supporting actress and main actor.
Is he on Netflix? No, right?
Nope, it's HBO.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
HBO.
Yeah, it is. And
Glorious.
then I've
What
and
else?
then I watched. What else did I watch? I've been reading more than watching, to be honest. I've been reading lots of books still. Oh yes, I'm still watching. I finished Love Story, the Ryan Murphy one on Caroline Bassett and John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the first, I think it's 8 episodes in total. I loved the first 6. 7 and 8 could have done better with the finale, but I didn't mind it. It's really, really nice. Yeah,
Good.
fictionalized reality.
Well, you watched quite a few things, actually. I don't know. I feel like after watching The Immortal Man the first time,
And I watched The Immortal Man. Yeah.
I got a bit like stuck. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch anything anymore for like a few months to recover.
Probably
So
unpopular opinion, but I liked The Immortal Man,
you liked
but
it.
I liked it.
It's not an unpopular opinion.
I was wondering what was the
No,
unpopular opinion.
the unpopular opinion is that I could have done without. It didn't add anything to the story.
Hmm.
I didn't even see it as a good ending to the story.
Hmm.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
don't
I
think he
enjoyed it.
adds.
I enjoyed
I
the
agree. I don't
spirit,
think he
but
adds anything to the story. But the ending, I thought it was great. It was like fitting end, and I thought probably more fitting than the end of the sixth season. Even though the end of the sixth season ending was wonderful,
mm-hmm,
but he's not supposed to end like that. I mean, it's
mm-hmm.
not really realistic, you know. What is he gonna do? Like retired and open a farm? Like, come on.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's
So
what we were discussing the
obviously,
other week
it,
because it was like ridiculous.
yeah,
Because
obviously
like it
had to
has to.
die that way, you know.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Um,
So
yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, the ending I thought it was phenomenal. I cried like a child,
I didn't.
multiple times actually. Marco cried as well.
Nah, as I said, I was like I was watching it. I enjoyed the spirit. It maintains the spirit of the series,
Mm,
spirit of the character. But I was like not. I felt quite detached.
mm.
Yeah, it didn't give me much of a oh my god.
I think also it's been too long since the end of the show to the movie. A lot of people are saying that actually, because then rewatching all of sixth season and rewatching the movie, because I've done that as
Mm-hmm.
well. I watched the movie after a while
Mm-hmm.
that I watched the show, and then because Marco wanted to see it, I watched the show, and then immediately after the movie, and I cried more. And
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually cried watching the show a lot more, knowing how it ended. Like the
Uh-huh.
last episode of the sixth season, I cried like six
With
times, which
me,
I never
Stranger
did
Things.
before. So I was like, okay, that's
It
interesting.
makes sense.
So yeah, anyway.
But it was really well done. Like
But we
it's
know that you can't feel anything, so it's fine.
that's not true. That is not
That is
true.
an absolute lie. Like
No,
she's.
but
When I'm on my own, I do cry.
yeah, apart from the jokes, I have seen some videos of people reaction on social media, like crying their like the whole content of water they have inside.
Yeah, no, same.
Honestly, it was hilarious, but like even grown men, I was like I was like, this
I
is
am the grown man. Do
hilarious.
you understand that?
Yeah,
Did you
you
see me?
also
Did you see
yeah.
me when I literally just sat down on the chair and I was holding my head
Yeah,
and
I
I was
was
like
almost
I was sobbing.
I was almost sitting on her lap, like literally
Yeah, no, she was
crunching.
literally just cradled onto me and she was
Yeah,
just
but the whole
crying.
cinema was like, yeah. Anyway, we're talking about that's funny because actually today we're talking about number one in the box office, which is Project Hail Mary, and then
I
number
haven't seen
two,
a single person that went to the cinema and did not like this movie.
good.
One. I haven't seen one
Okay.
person that didn't like it.
Yeah.
Even the book is really, really well loved. Like
Yeah,
the book
true.
has been really successful as well. Like
Yeah.
it's highly.
Anyway, I'll tell you more now. But we're doing a double bill today. So first box office, and then number two on Netflix UK is I Swear, which Julie and Feds are going to
Yeah.
talk about because I haven't seen it. So we're doing a double
Swear.
bill today, streaming and cinema. So we're starting with the Project Hail Mary. So Julie, I'll surprise you already.
Why are you surprising
No,
me?
I'm kidding. It's I just wanted to like I want to do like a little like kind of premise, let's say, which is I think if the world wasn't such a bleak and depressing way in this moment, this movie wouldn't have had so much success. But I feel
I agree.
like yeah, I feel like it is exactly what people need right now because it is a
Okay.
comedy, it is a feel good movie, it is super
I felt
light.
like it was, but I
Yeah.
just saw the actual
It's
trailers.
Yeah,
it's giving hope.
it's super light. It's no not a like it's a no-brainer. It's not. So from the trailer, I actually expected something more like Interstellar or
Sciencey.
The
Sciencey.
Martian, but it has nothing to do with that. And honestly, it's nowhere near the quality of those two either, to be honest with you. Um, so it is again, it's a good movie, but it's no Interstellar
I mean,
or
The
The
Martian was
Martian.
depressing. So.
No, it wasn't. The Martian was a feel. It was hopeful as well. They save him in the end. I mean, so
Spoiler.
fun enough, Matt Damon always needs to be saved.
By someone, yes.
Also,
Yeah,
the writer of the
it's the
of
same of The
Project
Martian.
Hail Mary is the same as The
Yes,
Martian.
it's the
Yeah,
same of The Martian, and you can feel a bit that is the same person.
similarities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like the kind of the tone of the jokes is it's kind
Mm-hmm.
of you can recognize that kind of uh being funny and so on.
Yeah.
But there are different ways that um this like tone gets in the movie, but I'll tell you later. Anyway, like a little summary. So the sun is dying, apparently, which is a concept that you find it's in Sunshine. It's in, I think, in Solaris as well. Like it's not a new thing, but anyway, the sun is dying. We need to save it, obviously, and there is this. Teacher, which is Ryan Gosling, Grace. The character is called Grace. I didn't know it could be a man name as well, actually. He's a teacher in a school, but he's actually like he has a big brain. So the reason why he's a teacher in a school is that in his PhD, basically went against some of the most established science in some theories, and therefore he was kind of outcasted from the scientific society. So he's a teacher, very passionate teacher in a school. But then this thing happened, the sun is dying, they need a solution, they don't have a solution. And funny enough, in his PhD like research, his character provided some enlightenment regarding the problem at hand. So they basically extract him from the school, and he goes into this lab and he tries to understand what's the issue, and then they kind of kidnap him and send him, yeah, kind of, because he doesn't want to go to this mission. So they put him in an induced coma.
We all love our reluctant hero.
Yeah, he's put in an induced coma, and he wakes up in space, and he doesn't remember why he's there. So the whole structure of the movie is
That's
this
brilliant.
memory loss structure. So that is like they showed how he got there bit by bit when he remembers these episodes. So basically wakes up. It's quite funny, I have to say. It's quite funny. But the way that it's different from The Martian from this point of view is Matt Damon embodied in the personality of his character that being funny, while Ryan Gosling, to me, just felt like he was delivering jokes. I felt he was like the annoying guy.
You felt like it
delivering
was a
jokes.
little bit forced.
Yeah. Also, I mean, to be honest, the Ryan Gosling, to me, doesn't have massive range as an actor. He's a good actor, but I don't feel like he's done many different kind of roles.
Well,
I don't know.
I beg to differ. He had his massive recognition for Drive. That was completely different.
True. Yeah.
He's done a lot of things. He's done rom-coms. He's done.
Yeah,
I think
but
the only couple
no,
of dramatic roles were Blue Valentine, who is really good at.
yeah, that one I saw.
And
it was
Drive.
Great. Yeah.
So it does dramatic roles, but I think like it's done mostly comedy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't make me emotional ever. Like I find him good, but never.
You feel like it's too much of an actor, like in a sense you don't get lost in the performance. You see the actor playing the character.
don't not that actually is really good. I don't see Ryan Gosling playing the guy. It's just that he tends to accept these roles that are very similar. When he does like comedic roles, they're very similar to each other. So I don't see different. Like it felt like Ken was in bloody Project Hail Mary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of delivering jokes, that kind of character. I don't find him to have a massive range. Like I find him to be a very good actor, but I don't think he's anywhere near a Matt Damon or a Matthew McConaughey. You know, because this movie's been obviously compared to Interstellar and The Martian, which
yeah, of course.
it has nothing to do with it. Like
No.
zero. Like this is a comedy. It is a feel-good movie. It is a no-brainer. It's super light and nothing to do with Interstellar or even The Martian, to be honest. But anyway, so this is basically a summary. I don't want to spoiler it, to be honest. But
No, of
then
course.
he goes into space and needs to find a way to save the sun. There is another character. The other character is not a real person. He's a rock.
Yeah.
And he's an alien. And they become friends because the alien has the same issue as he does. He needs to save his planet from the fact that the sun is dying, and the sun is also very important to the planet of the alien. So this is basically it, okay? And it's super funny. You laugh a lot, but then there are parts that are supposed to be emotional, and I don't feel like he delivered. Obviously, The Rock is a rock. So
The Rock is a rock.
Not The Rock,
And
the
he's not
actor.
The
I mean,
Rock.
there is an actual rock. Okay?
No, I know that I know.
Yeah. So obviously, I didn't get emotional for The Rock. And Ryan Gosling didn't get me too emotional. They didn't get me emotional at all. I didn't feel like he delivered in those parts because I don't know. He was. It's really unrealistic. I mean, we are talking about a type of comedy which are like hilarity, like stupid jokes. Like there is a part with the top brass of the military that are giving the like thumbs up, like to him while he's doing scientific research, which would never happen. He's talking to a rock in his language, and the rock somehow manages to understand what he says. Like they manage to like find a way to talk to each other through a machine that like translates what they say to each other. Like it's quite unrealistic. Like it's not really like science impregnated, you know what I mean?
Speaking of the science, do you think the science is believable?
No.
No.
I don't know. Like I didn't. The thing is, there are so many jokes that you're not thinking about the science. Again, it's like it feels
goes on the
not
second level,
realistic.
like
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't
Okay, cool.
feel on the scale of even The Martian. Interstellar is just on another level. I'm sorry, like not.
Yeah. I think it's like it's wrong to compare them because they're two different genre.
There is a critic that said that it's like Interstellar.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought it was on drugs, to be honest with you, because
They might have seen
one is a
different movie.
drama, one is a comedy, one is so realistic that they show a black hole before it was ever photographed, and then when they photographed it, it was actually like they showed it in Interstellar. That's that's the level of accuracy.
Yeah.
And it was written by a Nobel Prize for physics, Interstellar. I mean, it was written by Christopher Nolan, but with the help
and support,
of
yeah.
a Nobel Prize.
I feel like whoever likes to compare like this kind of different movies and different genres, sometimes they do forget that for certain movies it's not about the science. It might just be about the human aspect of things.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
human
it is definitely
relationship.
about the human
Yeah.
aspect.
And
Yes.
that doesn't mean that I'm not saying that Interstellar doesn't have the human aspect of it. Actually, it's all about the
It's about
humanity.
father and daughter,
Exactly.
yeah,
So,
relationship.
but there are different point of views
Yeah, yeah.
of different things as well, because it's about relationship between father and daughters or fathers and
Yeah,
sons.
this is about
This
basically friendship, even though
exactly.
to me I interpret it also like international cooperation, because now
Mm-hmm.
we live in a world that doesn't have a lot of
Exactly.
cooperation, so I
Yeah.
saw it that way as well.
It's
he had
more
a really good
about
message.
ap- appreciating each other's differences, and what makes you different
Yes.
doesn't make you wrong.
And despite being different, you have a common goal, which
Yeah.
is, to save your world in this case. And they manage to understand each other, even though they come from two different planets. So that, that's also a very
Yeah,
powerful message, the
absolutely.
diversity, but you still find a human connection to come together, which is this shared goal of doing something good, for a greater good, because
Yeah.
they are supposed to both kind of die maybe in space.
Mm-hmm.
Because actually, they don't. Ryan Gosling character Grace doesn't have a way to go back home. And he
There
knows
you
that
go.
it's like a suicidal mission. So they come together to solve this problem. And it's the classic structure of Andy Weir wrote the
Mm-hmm.
book, and it's the classic structure that he does. There is a problem, and then there is a solution, and then there is a new problem. In The Martian it's the same, and
Yeah.
then you get to the end. I found it really good, really good. The cinematography is from Greg Fraser from Dune. I think he
Mm-hmm.
won the Oscar for Dune cinematography, if I'm not wrong. um and it was honestly, it was great. There is a scene which Ryan Gosling is in the Petrova line, which is this line with these cells. He finds out are
Mm-hmm.
cells that are eating the energy of the sun. That's basically what they're trying to hack, understand how they work, how to destroy them.
Uh-huh.
And he's in the Petrova line, and that part, I was like, just leave me here. I watched it in an IMAX, and I was like, just leave me here, abandon me. It was fantastic. And the soundtrack is from Daniel Pemberton. Amazing soundtrack, honestly, amazing,
Mm-hmm.
amazing soundtrack. Um, so there's nothing to say. Like, it was a good movie, but like, I don't feel like it was a masterpiece. And I feel like if it was a different moment in the
In
world
history, yeah.
history, it wouldn't have probably have so much success. It would have been like, it's a
Mm-hmm.
good movie. That's it. Nobody would
Yeah.
be talking
Now that
about
you
it so
watched the
much.
movie, would you read the book?
No,
No?
no, but I rewatched The Martian yesterday, fun enough,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to my husband, "This movie is perfect. I really wanna watch. I really wanna
Want to
read the
read the book?
book." Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and the other thing is, I wouldn't rewatch this movie
No? Okay.
because for as much as it's I mean, first of all, I'm not a feel good movie. Like, I'm a drama
Mm-hmm.
person. I need depression and
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. I need to
No, no, I know, I
think
know.
when I watch a movie. I need to go home and think about it and think about it again and again, and I need it to leave something to me.
Mm-hmm.
I need a dilemma. I need a, yeah, something that add to the human experience, my human experience normally. So I am more inclined to like a good drama than a good comedy. Which doesn't mean I don't like comedies, I do,
No, of
but
course, of course.
it appeals to me less. So,
Like you might
uh,
you might enjoy a comedy for the sake of comedy, but you might not enjoy a comedy that tries to maybe try to teach you something. Although it's
no, I
interesting
do
because you
actually,
are
because
liking, yeah, because you're liking shrinking.
yeah, for
So,
example,
yeah.
I'll give you an example. The Holdovers, I watched
Yeah.
it 3 times, and I think it
Mm-hmm.
came out, what, 3 years ago, because it was the same year as Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched it 3 times because I really like it, because it is a
Mm-hmm.
comedy, but it also has
The emotional aspect of
a
it.
lot
Yeah.
of emotional aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it has an emotional aspect, but to me, I don't know, it didn't really sell it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Also consider, well, again, this is very personal, obviously. As all
Yeah, no, of
form of
course.
arts, this is very personal. Like it didn't sell it to me because I am someone that needs to go very deep. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, obviously, when there are jokes and it's very light and whatever, when you try to tell me the emotional aspect, I'm already a bit disconnected, you know what I mean? Um, so yes, so I wouldn't rewatch it. But it was a really good movie. Like honestly, I it was like two
It
hours.
was still enjoyable. It's
Yeah, two
like,
hour. It was enjoyable. Honestly, it was really
yeah,
good. And it was 2 hours that I spent like laughing,
not
whatever.
thinking about, yeah, that's good. So it's
Cinematography
like,
was great. I was lost in what I was looking at. The only thing that I would say is the last 20 minutes killed me. I was like, when is this gonna end? Like, because
okay,
the last 20 minutes were very repetitive. That I was
okay.
like, I got the message, man. Like, you love the fucking rock. Sorry. Like, you love the rock. I get it. Yes. Like, I don't, honestly, you told me that.
Again, Dwayne Johnson is not sponsoring this
No,
podcast.
it's an actual rock. So I was like, yeah. Um, so yeah, it was good, but like I don't know, I wouldn't rank it amongst modern sci-fi films. You know what I mean? It's
Okay, of
not
course, yeah.
there really. Um,
Interesting, interesting.
so yeah, so it was a good movie, But again, I think it's inflated by the times that we are living in. I think that's what people need in
Yeah,
this
I think it
moment.
came out at the right time.
Yeah, they need like light, no
Mm-hmm.
brainer. No, I don't need
Yeah,
to think. I don't need to bring it home. I have a lot on my plate already.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So it's very successful. I think it's more than 300 million it did worldwide at the box office at the moment. And yeah, so I recommend
nice.
it. It's very nice.
So it's just a nice movie to watch to just shut your brain
Yeah,
off
yeah, it's not
and have a lovely evening and
exactly,
have a
that's
laugh.
it. Yeah. Also, um, for as much as the cinematography is great, the only thing is the IMAX is very expensive, and I thought actually if I knew how it would be, I wouldn't have watched it in IMAX maybe
Okay.
because yeah, there
It doesn't add
are a couple of scenes that are great, but then I don't know. I don't know if it's worth
it
watching in
doesn't
IMAX.
add too much to
I don't know,
the
like
experience.
Interstellar, the whole time I'm like, I feel like I
Yeah, of
am in
course.
another dimension. Like The
Mm-hmm.
Martian. The Martian, I watched it yesterday again, and I was like, it looks absolutely great.
Yeah.
Um, but then that's Ridley Scott,
Yeah.
and Christopher Nolan. So, there is a
Yeah,
different
different
level of
use of the camera,
direction,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, different kind of
So,
direction.
but still, I really enjoyed it. I really
So
enjoyed
it
it.
should be go watch it and
Yes.
enjoy a couple of
Everything should
hours.
be a go watch it, first of
Yeah,
all, because
true.
we are not oracles. That's also why we created this podcast. There is no judgment, only our opinions. Art is subjective, and what we say doesn't mean that what we say is true for you. So everyone should go watch everything and make their own opinion. This is
Nice.
my opinion. I thought it was good, you know. But I honestly,
Very
one day I'd
well.
like to watch Ryan Gosling do something very different, you know?
Rewatch Drive if you haven't done it recently.
I didn't watch Drive.
Sorry,
I
You should do.
I'm really, really
what's
going
the
over the
Beyond the
fact
Pines, what's the, what's,
Blue Moon?
no, Blue Valentine?
Blue Valentine,
are
I've
we
yes.
seen.
going
Blue
over the fact that Ryan Gosling is called Rylan Grace in the fucking movie?
Yeah, he is.
Valentine.
It's hilarious.
Like, hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that for a while I thought it was a nickname because I was like, it can be called Grace for real.
Rylan Grace.
But it is. There is Sandra Huller, by the way, in the movie,
Yeah.
and she's great. I really liked her actually. She's mysterious, very mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, I thought she was in love with him, but not. That's not a plot.
Great.
That was my
That was
mind.
not a thing.
No, even though he's super cute, he has a very sweet character. Yes. I
Yeah,
like
we
to
love.
I like to see him do the villain.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Something
Yeah,
super
no, I know what you
different,
mean.
something that I'm like, whoa, wow, Ryan Gosling,
You
because
should
he's a
watch
very good
Drive.
actor. So Drive, I will
Yeah,
watch it. I will
watch
watch
it,
it because I
watch it.
haven't
I
watched
think
it.
that's the movie where he met and actually fell in love with his wife.
I thought it was the other one, Beyond the, what's it called? Beyond the Pines.
Yeah,
Place Beyond the Pines. What is it called?
yeah. No, I think it was Drive, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't remember.
Uh,
I might be wrong. I've been
um,
wrong before. But it's
Drive.
Eva Mendes. I don't know. I can't remember if Eva Mendes was in Drive or not.
The Place Beyond the Pines, it's
The place
called.
beyond.
The ones that
Yeah.
I'm saying. And Eva Mendes is in that one.
Okay, so that
And
maybe that was the ones.
she
But those are the
is,
two ones that you should watch if you want to see him doing
yeah,
something different.
she's not in Drive.
No,
No, well,
but
The
then it
Place
was the.
Beyond the Pines, I watched it and I really liked him.
Mm-mm.
As I liked him in La La Land. By the way, I like him in pretty much everything. I
Oh, of
think he's
course.
really good, and I think I would like to see him doing something completely
You don't
like
want him
different.
to box himself
Yeah,
into
that I
comedy
haven't
movies.
watched him do before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Fall Guy was
Yeah.
very funny for him.
What? Which one?
Fall Guy.
Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. But again, it's another funny one.
Yeah,
I did not like
exactly.
that one, to be fair. It was
Fall
pretty
Guy.
stupid.
Apparently, nobody liked it.
No, it
That
was
movie.
nice. It was
It was
funny,
quite
but it was
silly.
quite silly, yeah.
Yeah, The Place Beyond the Pines is actually my favorite that he did. I mean, La La Land is also another favorite of mine amongst the one that he did. I forgot that Bradley Cooper is in The Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, he is.
I only remembered Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes, to be honest.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a
Moving
very
on.
good movie. Yes, moving on. We're talking about I Swear, which is number 2 on Netflix right now, and Robert Aramayo won the BAFTA for Best Actor for that role. So, Julian Fed's room, stage is yours.
Yeah.
There is
The
like
floor is yours.
there is like so much. You know, like like when you see a cat being cute, and you're just like trying to not have cute aggression.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that movie ruined me, I swear to god. First of all, I wanted to know if everything was real. Like, I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to know if the person, like, the character was real, if the device was real, anything that was happening, and it was all real.
Yeah.
We do love representation. It was all real, and then they put the pictures after, and I was so excited. I was just like, I just watched the story of a man that, like, changed something. And the way that man played him, it was insane. Aramayo is like crazy.
Yeah. I think I liked all of the actors.
Yes.
I particularly loved Maxine Peake, who plays Dottie.
Did you realize that she's the villain in Wednesday?
Yes, of course.
I did not until I saw her face. I looked at her a little bit and I went,
Yeah.
No, but stop. I'm gonna stage direct you both. So, a step back. What
Yes.
does this movie talk about? Because you have seen it, but I didn't, so I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Go on, Julie.
So I know that it's about the real life of John Davidson, who's the
yes. So this movie basically speaks a lot about the life of a man, which is John Davidson, which is a man that is affected by a syndrome of Tourette, which is something that not a lot of people know what it is. Not a lot of people understand how to treat, how to handle it, and there is no treatment for it. We've gone up into the years because when I actually found out what Tourette was, I think I was about 15 and I'm 30 now.
Yeah.
So I think that in 15 years, there's been a lot of devices like neurological pulse devices that have been helping, which you can see in the movie. But at the same time, it is a harrowing disorder that not a lot of people can understand or stand itself. Like it is very difficult. I believe that it's very difficult to be next to a person that has Tourette. But
There's
it's
a different
not
kind of like
impossible.
way. It's different ways in which it manifests. It could be
It could be tics, it could be
exactly.
violent words, it could be violent exclamations, it could be hurting yourself, it could be any kind of like repeated. It's like it's an extension of obsessive compulsive disorder, pretty much,
Yes,
which is what
exactly.
the movie actually makes you understand, which I just understood because I was watching that movie. Because I can see, like, you can see the character repeating over and over again actions, and you do realize that it's an actual extension. Then I looked it up, and it is an actual extension of OCD. It's not stemmed from anything specifically that I remember. It's just a neurological disorder.
Yeah.
And a very rare one as well.
And also it can manifest itself randomly.
Yeah.
Like you don't have it, you are not born with
You're
it,
not born with
but
it,
you
you
can
just-
develop it in during your formative years. So
Am I
the
wrong,
adolescence.
or Luis Capaldi has it?
Yes, it does.
He does.
It gets triggered a lot by stress
Anxiety, yeah.
and anxiety. So stressful situation may enhance it and may cause the tic to come forward, and they are not controllable. Like part of your brain that should stop these impulses, it's not working. So whatever comes out of your mouth or whatever movement or anything that comes out, it's completely impulsive. It's out of control. And that's why it's quite difficult to manage it and to live with it, because at any given moment in any situation you could either hurt yourself or hurt somebody else. And most of the time they cannot drive. Some of the most normal things that you'll be able to do on a daily basis, they cannot, because those impulses cannot be controlled. So imagine if a person was driving and was having one of those fit,
Do
because
they
you don't know
diagnose this? Do they show when it's diagnosed, or is already how is
Unfortunately,
the character
so-
introduced?
it starts when he's really young,
Okay.
and he's at school, and it starts having this kind of like motorial issues and
It's kind of like a dichotomy of like the person that he was supposed to be and the person that he
Yeah.
became,
Okay.
because he was a very young scholar and he was very good and he was in a great school.
He was promising.
He was a promising young man and stuff like that, and he just became someone that will make a difference. By the way, he did not become not a promising man. He became even more. That's the whole point of the movie, and it's just the fact that like he was supposed to go to a nice school and he was supposed to behave, and then he started showing symptoms or so. They didn't really know how to grab it, to understand it, like, you know, this kind of situation, especially.
And all of this was happening between the 17 and the 80s.
The 80s,
where
Yeah,
Scotland,
exactly.
mental health illness
In
is-
Scotland as well, right?
Yes, it is.
Like
Mental
they would
health
look at you and they
illnesses
would
were
think
not-
that they were like that you were making it up. So
Yeah.
and there's a lot of diseases that still people think in 2026 that are like made up, and people are like absolutely insane to think that someone would hurt themselves at that level just to get like. There's a couple of times
To get attention.
Yes, exactly. There's a couple of times in the movie that the mom and the dad's like, "Oh, you're just doing this because you want attention." No, he just want a normal life. There is no way that someone will want attention in that
Yeah.
way. And plus,
think-
there is a lot of ways that make you understand how difficult and how scary it is, because you would be saying imagine going through an airport and having Tourette and saying I have a bomb and start screaming I have a bomb. That's a tic. You don't have it. Your brain and your anxiety inducing is telling you to say it. You could be going in so much trouble for that. And there's no one that would tell you, oh yes, Tourette. At least not in the 70s. Now probably they would be helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
What-
scary.
What the movie does well, I think, it's the fact that it shows you a promising young child that gets basically his future destroyed completely.
Yeah.
But it then shows you how it does grow up, and it tries to live with it. Of course, it is not having a lot of opportunities because he's deemed like being stupid or being less than. But from his own experiences and from the way that a couple of people accept him and help him live with this and gives him an opportunity, how then that changes his life, and it helps him improve other people's life and raise awareness for this illness, and it becomes like a point of contact for a lot of people that have having the same issues, or a family member has the same issue. So it's interesting to see how he had a promising future, and in spite of this illness, because few people believed in him and didn't mistreat him and didn't make him feel like he was different, it still managed to make a difference. So I think that was the core of the movie itself, is like, how can you overcome something so harrowing, still have hope, and how important it is that other people learn and accept you for the way that you are.
Do you think it was the way that it was made? Do you think it was specific, very specific to drive awareness like around Tourette syndrome?
Yeah,
Or do you
absolutely.
think it's also a metaphor for how in general disability affects your life, and how it is more about changing how society sees differences rather than changing you with
I
disability
think
and
it's
trying to
both.
fit into society?
I don't think specifically it was meant to shed light on disabilities, on Tourette as a disability, but more like as what a person with a disability can do.
Yeah.
Because it
Okay.
is very important that you see that process when he starts grabbing like the first person. There's a scene in the movie that basically gets to see a girl, like a child, and they go together and they kind of have this like
He's
face
going on
off
a
of
date with her.
ticks.
Yeah.
No, it's like going on like these ticks that
Oh,
they
yeah.
are
Oh,
in the
yeah,
car.
yeah, yeah. When he's
It's
older.
like a
Yeah,
child.
yeah,
It's an actual child, like when he's older,
yeah.
and it's just like they just go off with these ticks, and then it stops. Because at some point, like you could be in the car, and them two will be like connected at some point to understand that that's it. Like your ticks just go down, and that's sometimes what happened. And it says that Tourette can actually kicks on the ticks very much when two people are together. So it's a very good representation of what Tourette is, but I do not think it was mainly on a disability only, because the most important part of this movie, because it does start the first 10 seconds, it starts with what he achieved, which was being crowned, like pinned, like with a pin by the queen,
Yeah.
Yeah,
with the late
the
queen.
He got given a
gallantry.
knighthood. Yeah.
Yeah, knighthood. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So it starts with that. So you're not telling me the story of someone that destroyed their life. You're telling me the story of someone that was about to get their life destroyed and try to build it back up
I think it's,
by
yeah, it's,
communicating with people, by creating a community. And this is all what it is. A disability needs a community. You know, LGBT needs a community. Trans kids need a community. So I think it's shining a light on a lot of community needed.
I feel like it's
Effort.
showing how society needs to learn to accept
Absolutely.
and
To
adapt.
see differences. Yes.
Adapt.
Exactly.
Adapt.
It's to
I will-
adapt. It's
It's not
more
the
often than not,
yeah.
we ask people with disability to adapt to our way of living
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
not the other way around. So for them, life is more difficult because
Yeah.
they are not the norm, because the majority of people are the norm. So
And the problem
if
is that
you feel
90% of the time they don't even know what the norm is, so they're genuinely winging it for the norm. So you just leaving a person that is supposed to have your help and support with absolutely no knowledge of what they have to do. It's just like giving a child like an equation and being like, solve it. The child doesn't
Yeah.
know.
You know what? It's even in terms of therapy for
Yeah.
these people, we are a society that tries to basically treat them to be able to live in society like the rest of us, while it should be more about, and I think this is the role of movies like this, teaching society how to live in a world full of differences. Because, for example, I know this because I have my
Sorry, I just
nephew is
kicked something.
autistic, but it's like you're trying to teach an autistic child to
To conform.
behave like exactly like a normal person in society,
Yeah.
when you should teach society what it is autism and how to interact with people with autism in a way that they feel comfortable living their life, you know?
In this movie, I think everything is embodied by Dottie. She
Mm,
just sees him, and as soon as he does a tick or he breaks something, she just like, it's okay. And one of the most powerful moments is like it's is washing the dishes while having dinner. He breaks a plate. He has a tick. He one of the tick is an insult directly to her because she's been diagnosed with cancer.
mm,
So he says something super rude to her as a tick because he got triggered,
I
mm.
think I
and
want to watch the movie again.
he immediately says sorry because that's how he was conditioned. He does something and he says sorry
Yeah.
because he's in the wrong. And Dottie turns around and is like, you know what? I'm tired of this. In my house, we only say sorry if we meant towards somebody and we've done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You are not meaning to do this. You are doing this because it's part of you. You don't need to say sorry. There's no need. I understand. I understand what you're going through, and that's the problem. Like, I think the main core of this film, it's like, how can you help society understand
Mm.
that a disease, a disability, it's not a problem. It's just something that makes you different.
Yeah.
But this society is built on the norm. So what makes a person different is just because they are not considered to be part of the normality.
Yeah.
So that becomes difficult to deal because everything that you need to do, you cannot do it if you have a disability. So that's the difficulty. It's like it's not them the problem. It's
Yeah.
the fact that society is built on norms.
Yeah, also,
And
you know what's interesting about, even more interesting about Tourette syndrome, that we live in a society that is increasingly questioning language,
mhm,
like in everything. Like, for example, Julie always says, "Hey guys," to us.
yeah,
For me, mm, in some companies, places of work, that's not allowed, for
no,
example, to say
because it's
guys,
not inclusive enough.
because it's
Yeah.
not inclusive. So in a world like this,
Mm-hmm.
where we are measuring every single word,
Mm-hmm.
um, something like Tourette syndrome, what you just said,
Doesn't
like you
have a
should
reason to
apologize
live.
only if you mean it.
Mm-hmm.
It is so controversial. It's true,
Yeah.
like I 100% agree, but it is very controversial because we live
Mm-hmm.
also in a world in which guys might be offensive to someone, or and s- things that you don't even think about,
Yeah.
you know.
And
So
it's the problem with this is that we tend to consistently put things out of context.
yes, yes,
So there's context and there's
Yeah,
situations
it's also
and
situational people because you know exactly that
exactly.
you if you came to me and you said from today I am a microwave, I would call you microwave. So you know that I have no problem with who you are
Yeah.
and what you're doing with your
yes,
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
So by
yeah,
the time that I say, "Hey guys, you are not offended by it,"
No.
and if you
yeah.
were
Yes.
offended by it, you will tell me and I will change it.
Mm-hmm.
But we are
Yes, but
another
imagine
generation.
But
like
there's
someone with
no.
Tourette syndrome. Imagine they need to go to work, right? It's their first day at
Mm-hmm.
work. Nobody knows anything. And if, you say something to somebody,
I
it's
think we
really
live in a society that
hard.
is not forgiving.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it means
exactly.
that whenever you're making a mistake or whenever you're doing something that it's out of the norm,
Yeah.
it's immediately wrong.
Yes.
So there's no chance for you to reframe it or to be like, apologies, stressful situation, I have this. And it's even if you do explain, it's not seen as, okay, let's move forward.
Yes.
It's seen as a problem and it's seen as a detractor
Yeah.
for you. And it means that you will not be able to do something. And one of the beautiful parts as well is that he's doing interview for a job, and he brings the tea. He does a tea. One of the thing is like, hey, see if you can make a cup of tea. he makes the cup of tea and he makes it beautifully, but then for one of the things, he spits in the cup. So he looks at the cup and he looks at the guy and he's like, uh, this is, I'll get that one, don't worry. It's like, oh, good. And then he sips the tea and he's like, you know what? This is the best tea that I ever had since doing all of these interviews. But in reality, nobody gives a second chance to anybody.
Of course. Exactly.
And that's the main problem.
And also we are very, I don't want to say evil, but you know,
No,
we
but
are
we're
in the
quick to judge.
we are in the social media area where everyone is like questioning everything, no? So I'm always like, would people believe that this person hasn't done it on purpose? You know what I mean? It's like, because we are like that. Not us.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about
absolutely.
us three, but you know how the world is. You
No,
know,
in general,
we
yeah,
we
like
don't accept things that are a lot easier to comprehend than Tourette syndrome. You know, like that someone's gay, for example. You know, there are people not accepting that. You know,
Yeah.
so
That someone
it's
is a
like,
woman.
yeah, you know, it's like yeah, it's so I'm glad that there are movies that
And I think this is
you
embodies
know,
it really well, and it does a really great job in shining a light on Tourette, but as well as the fact that we need to do better as a
yeah,
society
yeah,
in accepting people that are different,
yeah.
and we don't do that enough. And we're always like too quick to judge, too quick to put people in boxes, when at the end of the day, it's important that everybody has the chance to live their own life and has the chance to show that in spite of something, they can still shine. And I think that's the whole point of the
Yes.
movie.
I'm going to watch it because I haven't watched it yet.
It's really, really nice. It's really good. And the soundtrack I found amazing because it brings you immediately into the atmosphere of the 70s and the 80s. Like, and it immediately puts you in the right spot.
Yeah. And actually, well done to BAFTAs for awarding Robert Aramayo as Best Actor, because actually, by doing that, they gave a lot of visibility to this movie, because that's the reason why, you know, Netflix is distributing it now,
Yeah.
and people are watching it, because Robert Aramayo won the BAFTA for Best Actor. And by the way, I don't know if you saw the guy before, but I have seen him in Rings of Power.
Yeah.
He's Lord Elrond in Rings of Power. This guy, I think he's an actor we are going to hear more and more in the future, because he's got a range that is impressive, honestly.
He was absolutely brilliant in this one, like hands down, fantastic.
Like, honestly, if you see him, even see him like for 5 minutes in Rings of Power, and you'll be like, wow, who is this guy? Like, he's completely like, wow. And he's done vocal training, obviously, to do I Swear, and physical training for the like gestuality of it, and vocal training and stuff. So he's like really, really good. And I have to say, honestly, that out of everyone that was in that category, I think he was the best one, to be honest.
No, absolutely.
Like, he wasn't nominated for an Oscar, but I think he actually gave the best performance out of them all. And we know that the Oscars are a bit kind of allergic to small, independent British or European movies, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but I think he absolutely deserved it. It was great. Yeah.
100%, 100%.
Well, any last consideration, or we adjourn to next week?
We adjourn to next week.
We adjourn to next week. We're
Your Honor,
almost
I
at
am
the hour.
innocent.
Yeah, we're almost at the hour. I will see you next week. I'm not quite sure what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out.
We'll find something.
No, sorry. Next week. No, ladies and
You put
gentlemen.
everything in.
Ladies and gentlemen, next
She's
week is
wiggling her
Easter.
finger.
Yeah, next week is Easter, so we're taking a break for a week. So I'll see you
True.
in 2 weeks, because we're not working over all the bank holidays, I would say.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Yeah, happy Easter, and then we'll see each other again. And we have a lot of movies that are coming out, Fun enough, before Project Hail Mary, I have seen the trailer of The Odyssey, I have seen the trailer of Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg, and Dune Part 3 by Villeneuve. Like, they're all coming out in the same year.
There you go.
It's quite impressive, I have
It's gonna
to
be
say.
a busy summer.
Yes, exactly. Well, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for being with us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.